What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back, and today we'll be doing the much anticipated top 10 most expensive cards from the newest set coming out in just a couple of days, Scarlet and Violet Destined Rivals. A set so hyped that it has caused the old school vintage Team Rocket set and even the EX Team Rocket Returns cards to skyrocket in value recently, just because this set's coming out, in my opinion. So like I said, today we're going to go over the top 10 most expensive sales of the cards in this set, along with several honorable mentions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this top 10 video. Folks, a quick shout out to today's video sponsor. It is the #1 global Pokemon TCG notification and investing community, PokeNotify. PokeNotify, if you don't already know, is a Discord server that offers you the fastest notifications on drops, restocks, and deals. It covers hundreds of websites and all major regions across the world. Be the first to be notified about upcoming pre-orders and releases for items like this Prismatic Evolutions bundle, set to be released at Costco for only $121. And right now they're offering a free 3-day trial to test out their servers, and after that, please use code TOP10Pokemon for 25% off your first month. A link to the website to sign up for this is in the description of this video. Go check it out, and thank you so much for your support. Alright folks, this set is due to be released this Friday, May 30th, and boasts a total of 242 cards. Alright folks, let's pull down the pants of Destined Rivals and see what it's all about. Starting off with this #10 most expensive sale that I could find. It is the Full Art Trainer Ethan's Adventure that was listed for $63, but ended up having a best offer accepted price of $55. And I think this might be the one and only trainer card on today's list. I think this is the most valuable one in this set. There are other full art trainers, of course, but this one right here is the most valuable and the #10 on our list today. The #9 most expensive card would have to be this hyper rare Ethan's Ho-Oh. This card has sold in auction for $56, all the way up to about $66. And I'll tell you what, folks, I think these hyper rare cards have quite a difficult pull rate. So that's why it's on the top 10 list here. This is the #9 most expensive card. Coming in #8, we have this Misty's Psyduck illustration rare. Now, I believe Misty has two cards in this set, the Misty Psyduck and the Misty's Lapras. This Misty Psyduck is the more desired card, selling in auction for about $77. Anytime I see OG trainers in sets like this, whether it's Misty or Brock or Sabrina, you gotta love it. This is the #8 most expensive card. The #7 most expensive card in this set is another hyper rare. It is this Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. Unfortunately, this is a sideways picture, but this card has sold most recently for about $95. So like I said, hyper rare cards, very difficult to pull. Plus it's a Mewtwo, so there you go, folks. This is the #7 most expensive. The #6 card on today's list, we're getting into these special illustration rares. It's this Team Rocket's Crobat EX that has sold recently for $115. Now, unfortunately, Crobat is a fairly unpopular Pokemon, albeit a Gen 2 Pokemon. You never really see super high premiums for Crobat, so I do not foresee this card sustaining this value, but I've been surprised before in this hobby. This is the #6 most expensive card. Coming in #5, we have this Team Rocket's Nidoking EX. Certainly a throwback to the Gym Challenge era, where we saw the Giovanni's Nidoking there. This card has sold in auction for $151.50. And yeah, what's not to love? Giovanni's there, Nidoking's there. Awesome illustration. The #4 card on today's list is the return of Ethan yet again. This one is Ethan's Ho-Oh EX. Special illustration rare. This card has sold in auction for $245. Absolutely beautiful card. If any cards on this list are going to hold their value, I think it would be the Ho-Oh. What do you think about this card? This is the #4 most expensive. Getting down to the final three, we're going to see some beautiful cards. Here is the Team Rocket's Moltres EX. Special illustration rare. I absolutely love this card. You know me, I love Moltres. This card has sold in auction for $285, but most recently was listed for $330, ended up having a best offer accepted price of $250. And like I said, I love the fact that Moltres takes up like 80% of this card. It's a beautiful, beautiful fiery bird. I love it. #3 most expensive. Coming in second place, we have this Cynthia's Garchomp EX Special Illustration Rare. We have seen several examples of this card come through in auction. Here is one that sold for $275. Here's one that sold for $285, all the way up to $335, but most recently this card has sold for about $301. Cynthia is definitely a top-tier trainer when it comes to the Pokemon TCG. This is the number 2 most expensive card in the entire set. Before we get to the number 1 most expensive card, and boy, it is expensive, let's go over several honorable mention sales. Here we have a Zamazenta Illustration Rare. A beautiful card if you ask me, but it only sells for about $17.50. Here we have a Cynthia's Roserade Illustration Rare that sold for about $30 in auction. Here is a Yanmega EX that sold for $40. Here we have a Secret Rare Shaman card that sold for $39. Here we have a Team Rocket's Houndoom Illustration Rare that sold for $47 in auction. Here is a Team Rocket's Giovanni Full Art Trainer that sold for $47 in auction. And then here is a Full Art Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX that sold for about $54. Here we have a Blaziken Illustration Rare that sold for $41. Here is an Ethan's Typhlosion Illustration Rare that sold for $44.49. And then here is a Team Rocket's Meowth that is sold for about $48. And if I had to interpret this, I think that this is like a young Giovanni with his Meowth that is yet to be evolved into a Persian. And if that's the case, that's pretty awesome. And last but not least, I wanted to mention this guy. It is the Team Rocket's Wobbuffet. This is the promo card you get from the ETBs that sold sealed for about $32. Which leads me to the number 1 most expensive card in this set, and it is by far the most expensive one. It is this Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX Special Illustration Rare, and it seems like every day that goes by, this card seems to be getting more and more valuable. Earlier this week, this card sold as a raw copy for $610. Again for $710, and just today, filming this video, this card has sold for $806 in auction. So yeah, this card is by far the most expensive one in Destined Rivals, and rightfully so. Folks, what do you think about Destined Rivals? Does it live up to the hype? Let me know in the comments below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. That's all I got for you today. I'll catch you all in my next one.